Chapter 24. The Silence That Followed. Some truths arrive too softly to be denied. The night returns, but not the same. The fire burns low again, orange, ordinary, contained. No white light, no drifting motes, no proof, only memory. No one speaks, not at first. The forest exhales slowly, as if it had been holding its breath alongside them. Leaves shift. A distant branch creaks. Somewhere far off, an owl calls into the dark. Normal sounds. Familiar, and yet everything feels wrong. The silence stretches. Not empty, heavy. Darius hasn't moved since the light faded. He sits forward slightly, elbows resting on his knees. One hand still near the hilt of his sword, though the instinct has long since passed. His gaze stays on the fire, but he isn't seeing it. He's seeing the shift, the way the air changed, the way the warmth settled into bone instead of skin, the way everything went still. Not heat, not magic as he knows it. Something quieter, something older. His jaw tightens. That wasn't natural. The words are low, measured, but they don't disappear into the dark. They land. Alaric exhales slowly, dragging a hand down his face before leaning back onto his palms. For once, no grin follows. No, he says quietly. A pause, then softer. It wasn't. His gaze drifts to her, still asleep, still peaceful, as if the world had never reached her at all. Something shifts in his expression. Not fear, not confusion, recognition. I said something once, he murmurs, voice quieter now. Didn't think I'd ever have to mean it. The words settle into the space between them, unfinished, but understood. Darius doesn't look at him, but he heard it, and he doesn't dismiss it. Across the clearing, Kyle stands at the edge of shadow. He hasn't stepped closer, not once. His gaze hasn't left her. No mortal carries light like that. The words come low, measured, too controlled. Silence follows. Then, that wasn't a relic, he adds. A beat, and it wasn't power. His jaw tightens slightly. Relics are held, controlled, taken. His eyes flick once toward her, then steady again. That wasn't any of those things. The implication hangs there, unwelcome, unfinished. Darius finally looks up. It changes nothing, he says. Kale exhales sharply. It changes everything. The words land harder than anything said so far. A quiet tension pulls tight between them. Not anger, not yet. Difference. Darius holds his ground. It changes what we know, he says. Not what we do. Kale's gaze sharpens. And if what we know is wrong? A step forward now. Just one. Measured. Deliberate. If the thing we've been sent to find... A pause. Not hesitation. Control. Isn't a thing at all. Silence. Heavy. Unavoidable. Alaric doesn't move. But something in his expression settles deeper. Not surprise. Not anymore. Recognition. Darius doesn't answer immediately, because there isn't a clean answer to give. And that is the problem. Kyle's gaze shifts back to her. Still sleeping. Still unaware. This changes the field, he murmurs. His gaze flicks briefly to Darius, then back to her. If word of this spreads, he stops. Not because he's unsure, but because the outcome doesn't need to be spoken. War. Control. Hunting something that cannot be contained. Darius finally looks up. It won't. Quiet. Firm. Pheno. Kyle studies him. Long. Careful. You don't know that. Darius holds his gaze without flinching. I know my men. A beat. And I know what they saw. Another silence. Deeper now, because that's the problem. They all saw it, and none of them understand it. Rose shifts in her sleep, just slightly. Her breath remains soft, even, untroubled. One hand curls loosely near her chest beneath the blanket. The faintest hint of a smile resting against her lips, like she's somewhere warm, somewhere safe, untouched by what she's done, or what she is. The ground beneath her is quiet, still, listening, but not speaking. For the first time since she was a child, there is no hum. Alaric watches her like something fragile. Darius watches her like something he needs to understand before it's too late. Kyle watches her like a man realizing the rules of the world have just changed. And no one warned him. Not a relic, not a weapon, something no one ever thought to look for. His jaw tightens. This isn't something you survive by ignoring, he murmurs. But even as the words leave him, they don't settle cleanly, because danger can be fought, controlled, destroyed. This felt like something the world had once known and forgotten. The fire burns lower. One by one, the men settle again, slowly, reluctantly. No laughter this time, no ease, only silence, and the weight of something none of them can name. Darius rises at last, pulling his cloak tighter around his shoulders. His gaze drifts to her, longer than it should. "We move at first light." Alaric nods, but he doesn't look away from her. Kale says nothing. The sky begins to pale at the edges, dark blue softening into gray. Morning coming, inevitable, but the night doesn't release them easily, because something has already changed, not loudly, not visibly, but completely. And somewhere between disbelief and understanding, the truth lingers. They had been searching for the flame for years, and it had been walking beside them, barefoot,